The Nintendo Switch 2 is buzzing, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen my video from yesterday, I talked about Dr. Toto, who's an industry analyst. He works for a consulting company in the gaming industry. He talked about the price point for the Nintendo Switch, and he also talked about some of the rumored specs. Now, 2024 is set to be an exciting year. Nintendo hasn't officially spilled the beans, though, so let's keep in mind that this is all just a grain of salt. They haven't officially confirmed anything, but what it's looking like the Nintendo Switch is going to be about a $400 price point for a digital-only console, and then $450 for a Switch 2 that has the capability to play cartridges. I don't know how I feel about that price point. I saw some of your comments in my video from yesterday. If you haven't seen my video from yesterday, go ahead and click on it after this video. I'm going to leave a link pinned in the comments down below so you can go ahead and watch that video and get the full report of Dr. Toto, which was interesting because when you think of the specs, when you think of what you want to get out of the Nintendo Switch, hearing that it's not going to be a real innovative, revolutionary upgrade, that it's going to be more of like an iteration of what we currently have, sure is a little bit of a bummer. It's a little bit disappointing, but I know a lot of you Nintendo fans say it's not Nintendo to have some kind of powerful console. It never has been. But I'm going to be honest. I wish it was different. I wish Nintendo would step outside of this box, even though if it ain't broken, don't fix it. They could keep the hybrid portable model if they really wanted to, which I hope they do, and I'm glad they are rumored to be doing so because Switch was revolutionary. But let's dive into some of these leaks. All right, and this is going to be a little bit of a recap that we've done in the last video. It's been a big hit, the Nintendo Switch. If you were a Wii U game player, if you were around during the Wii U age, you would remember those were the dark ages. I remember I used to get laughed at. I was like one of the only Wii U channels out there. Which explains why I was in the Nintendo Ambassador program and able to get games that were first party really easy. Nintendo used to send me a lot of stuff because, like, those were the dark ages. Not many people were supporting the Nintendo at the time, and then the Switch came out. The rest is history. We get all these big Switch YouTubers out here that are getting thousands and thousands of, subscribers per the hour. They're just like huge gaming journalists at this point because the Switch is blown up. People are interested in everything in the Nintendo Switch. And I don't know. I felt like as the console got older, I lost more and more interest in it. And it's not because the Switch is a bad console by any means. It's fantastic. Great library. You got Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Dread, just to name some of the heavy hitters on there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Great console. Probably the best that Nintendo has had, in my opinion. And the whole time that I'm there, I guess maybe about like 2019-ish, 2020, I'm like, all right, what does Nintendo have next? And that's one thing with the gaming industry is that it moves really fast. I mean, it literally felt like less than 2 years into the PS5 and Xbox Series X, we already have people speculating about a PS5 Pro or a Xbox mid-console, life generation, whatever you want to call it, after the Series X came out. People are always wanting to know if there's going to be like a pro version of a console or a slim version or an upgraded console. And it feels like it's been speculated upon the Nintendo Switch for quite some time, to the point where, yeah, I started to feel, you know what, maybe this is true. Maybe Nintendo does need to have a console upgrade. Because I'm being honest, it felt a little outdated at times, especially when I'm playing games that are on all the consoles, games that are third-party console games that I feel they just chug along, barely, like the little engine that could on the Nintendo Switch. So then I started to be like, you know what, third-party AAA games, I'm just going to get on the Xbox or get on the PlayStation because I'm tired of feeling like I'm barely being able to enjoy the game on the Nintendo Switch. I know a lot of you Nintendo diehards are cringing at that, and I'm a Nintendo fan as well, and at one point I was diehard where I'm like, no matter what, I felt Nintendo couldn't do wrong and that it was fine, that it was underpowered. But for me, I feel that a console's lifespan usually is about, like 7-8 years, whatever, and I feel that Nintendo holding themselves back. They've always been holding themselves back with every console. They feel that they're like a step or two behind. by choice so that the price could be low and that it could be consumer friendly and all that. But at times it also seems like Nintendo's just a little lazy. I don't know if you guys feel that way. I feel like they're just a little lazy at times, or they're behind with the times, or that they know no matter what they're going to make is going to sell like hotcakes when it comes to the children, which is, I guess, the core demographic, and that's all fine and all that. But I feel that definitely now the Switch 2 or the Switch Pro, whatever you're going to call it, needs to come out in 2024. And that's the rumor that's supposed to come out by the holiday 2024. I'm seeing September 2024 as well. I don't know. Again, Nintendo hasn't said any confirmation or any news. But the Switch sales, they're slowing down a little bit. They're still high, though. They're still doing good. They've had great holiday seasons. I think Nintendo needs to keep things interesting, though, with new titles, add-on content, adding on DLC to games like Zelda. I don't think we're getting a Tears of the Kingdom expansion, which is worrisome. They did a great one for Breath of the Wild. Why haven't we gotten that? We just got a brand new Mario game, Super Mario Wonder, which was fantastic. We got the Princess Peach game coming out, which I'm looking forward to. And we have one of my favorite games of all time, Thousand Year Door, getting a Switch port, a remaster. Looking forward to that. What's left for the Switch, though? I mean, one of the biggest games that they announced was Metroid Prime 4, and that's been in limbo. At this point, is it even going to be on the regular Switch, or is that going to be a Switch 2 game? I don't understand, and that's a whole new video topic that we could talk about. I went on a bit of a tangent the other day on my live streams, which if you want to catch my streams, are most nights after 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Central. But I had a whole rant about Metroid Prime. But yeah, when is the Switch 2 actually going to show up? I think September seems like a reasonable date. Maybe with an announcement in June, a September release, or late September release. Maybe like, in the 20th, 24th area. I don't know. That's just me. Some people say that this would be perfect for the holiday season. It's right in the middle between the summer and the fall. Gives people enough time to save up. I don't know. I think that everything being hush-hush is typical on brand for Nintendo. Nintendo likes to keep their cards close to their sleeve or their heart or whatever the phrase is. Whatever the catchphrase is, keep it close to their chest. They like to drop these bombs. And I don't know when a Nintendo Direct would be. At this point, I'm surprised none of the Nintendo YouTubers are doing these Switch Direct prediction dates where they're saying, hey, a Switch Direct this week or a Nintendo Direct this week. Nobody's getting it yet. We haven't seen those floating around. But it's about that time, I would feel. And this leaked info that has been coming out with the Switch 2 has been quite interesting when you think about it as far as specs go, price goes, dates go. I feel that with the $400 digital-only version and then the $450 version, that seems a bit high in my opinion, especially if it's a console iteration and not so much a huge boost in power. I think the regular Switch was about, I think $350. Am I mistaken? I don't remember the price of a launch title, but I don't think it was $400, especially for a digital only. Now, in a competitive gaming market with what you're going with the Xbox and the PlayStation, that does seem like it's a lot like what the other companies are doing with their consoles. But as far as a real huge substantial upgrade, I don't know how I feel about that price. It's not exactly $500, which is great. I'm glad it's nowhere near that. But $400 for the digital only and $450 just for the ability to put cartridges, that $50 price difference is interesting to think about. Now, if I could see a real good capability for backwards compatibility, I'm all for it. If you're able to use the current Switch games in the Switch 2, which I hope to God they do, then I'm all for it. But knowing Nintendo, the Switch 2 games are probably going to be a different type of cartridge or some kind of crap they always do. Who knows? Who honestly knows? Now, if you're a fan of the current Switch design, again, like I said in yesterday's video, it's good news for you. It's not going to be too much more different according to the rumors and speculation. The core concept, the base concept is going to be there. and it's going to keep that handheld console combo, which is fine. Again, I feel that they did innovate. They were revolutionary when they came up with that. But the rumor is the screen's going to be changed. They just made an OLED model of a Switch not too long ago. Well, now it seems like they're going back to an LED screen. I don't know if that's to help keep costs down. I don't know what the mystery is surrounding there. Most likely it's saving money during production. And then eventually they'll probably make an OLED model. Who knows how many years down. I feel personally that's a little bit of a bummer. Once you make an upgrade like an OLED Switch screen on your Switch, the next one after that should definitely have it, in my opinion, especially if it brings out the colors and it just makes everything pop. I feel that's an unfortunate downgrade unless they have some kind of like answer to make the games look better. I've heard rumor of like enhanced versions of games coming onto the Switch too. I don't know. Again, when you look at like the performance of the Switch and everything, I feel that it's chugged along. There's some people who are satisfied with it. They're fine with it. Some games are beautiful. Mario Odyssey, Mario Wonder, Mario Kart, Breath of the Wild, you name it. There's a lot of good-looking first-party Switch games. But there's people out there that aren't happy with how the current Switch model performs, that they feel compared to the big gaming consoles, it's always just been underwhelming. And I tried my hardest to stay out of that train of thought. I was a diehard Nintendo guy. Still am a big Nintendo fan, but I was diehard when it came to my feelings on defending Nintendo and being okay with it, especially during the Wii U era, guys. Don't think I'm just crapping on Nintendo. During the Wii U era, it was tough. In fact, that's how I got my name 8-Bit Eric, because at my job, my friends were always like, hey, Eric, why don't you hop on Call of Duty or MLB The Show with me and play these games? And I was like, cool. Is it on Switch? I'll go buy it. And I mean, not Switch. Is it on Wii U? I'll go buy it. And they would be like, dude, come on, seriously? You have a Wii U? Get with the times. Get a modern system. Get something that could actually play video games. And I think they called me 8-Bit Eric because they said I always played underpowered stuff. So, yeah, I think this year we're going to be seeing a lot of videos, mine included, talking about this Switch 2 and going through all the sneak peeks, the previews, the speculation, the rumors. It's going to be a big year regardless for Nintendo. And we're all excited. It's trending topics. It's buzz. If you don't like these speculation videos, if you think this is clickbait and that you hate when people talk about this, sorry. A console like a Nintendo coming out with a new console is a big deal. And you're going to see this. This literally, the Switch 2 has literally been trending for like weeks and weeks, maybe even months on Twitter the last couple years. People want this already, and people are eagerly awaiting more news, myself included. The idea of a new console coming out for Nintendo has me excited, so I want to talk about this. Let's keep our eyes peeled for any official word from Nintendo in regards to any updates on this. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. We had a good combo in the comment section last video. Leave a comment. All right, and share this video. Share it with your friend, your partner, your Sancha, whoever. Hit that like button. Let's help boost this up there. Let's get this video recommended out there so we can get the APE Nation growing wildly. Also, guys, check out my Discord community. I'm going to leave a link to the Discord. We can talk about the Switch 2 in there as well. I appreciate you guys. As always, thank you for watching. And, yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.